We're talking about this now with TalkSport presenter Georgie Bingham and former professional footballer Paul Mortimer as well. What do you think about all this, Paul?
It's a shame it's come out. I've got to say, that's private. That's something that's private, and how that's been leaked is an issue.
That's the crux of it, isn't it? This is probably one of his friends because it's at his house on a mobile phone.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That stitched him up.
That's a shame. I'm not, I'm not for 1 minute going to condone his behaviour. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, that's in the privacy of his home. I mean, if the three of us here were 20 years old and in the privacy of our home, let's be honest,
Yeah, I did an awful lot of silly things.
Well, we all do silly things, and I think that Brendan Rodgers has come out and dealt with it, and hopefully it will be dealt with as it should be in behind closed doors.
But Georgie, not all of us at 20 are professional athletes, entertainers on the football pitch, being paid, well, we don't know yet, but he's turned down £100,000 a week.
Being paid not enough yet, apparently, according to his contract situation. No, that's true. However, I do think that anyone who thinks the entire life of a footballer is a life to build a role model on is really not thinking straight. If your children want to
their
copy,
children, and that's who they are role models for, by and large.
Yes, but your children are guided by you. If your child thinks that Raheem Sterling and everything he does, it makes him a perfect... If you think Raheem Sterling is a perfect role model, then you haven't got your head on straight. Raheem Sterling is a great footballer. Your child can emulate whatever he does on the pitch, but it's up to you to guide your children to do that. He hasn't done anything illegal, I should point out, as well, by the way. He won't be in breach of contract or anything like that.
No. So, look, hands up, I'm a Liverpool fan. I idolised Ian Rush when I was a kid. My parents didn't have to explain to me why he bit someone, because he didn't. But parents recently have had to do that about Luis Suarez. They'll now probably be explaining to their 8-year-old football-loving son, for example, what nitrous oxide is, won't they?
I don't know. I mean,
but we didn't know what.
There's a chance. There's a chance, Paul, isn't there?
Well, the problem you have is exactly what Georgie was saying. Is for me, role models, they're your parents, people like that. I mean, Raheem Sterling plays
kids
football.
Coming up to you and you're playing football, asking for your autograph, idolising you.
Yeah, and be honest, for me, my idol was John Barnes. I loved John Barnes, and I wanted to play like John Barnes. I don't know what John Barnes did off the pitch because it's not my business.
Can I just say that's the issue, isn't it? We don't know. We've both worked in football. Right. We know what goes on behind the scenes because people tell us. We don't broadcast it. But this kind of thing is coming into the public domain, like Rooney fighting in his kitchen, like Jack Wilshere smoking in Vegas, because social media and mobile phone, modern technology means it comes out when it didn't before.
So who is responsible for managing that situation? Is it the players' advisors? Is it the club? Are they doing enough to make sure these players aren't getting into those tricky situations?
I think it's everyone, and I think Liverpool do a great job. They work hard behind the scenes in educating their players. But also the players got to take responsibility as well. He's a huge part of this, but also the advice he's getting. If you think about where this incident took place, you'd have to look at his, who he surrounds himself with.
I'm sure he is.
And I'm sure that this will be I suppose it's an education for him now, and he will learn from it.
I'm sure it will be. Paul, Georgie, thank you both very much indeed.